Hello everyone, welcome my dear students from grade 7. In this episode we are going to discuss the grammar of Unit 2. The first part of Unit 2 grammar is present simple. Present simple is used for actions that happen regularly, for habits and facts. Let's have some examples for the habits. I get up early every day. Ali goes to the gym every Monday. For facts, we have two examples. A dog has 4 legs. This is unchangeable fact. The earth moves around the sun. Let's read some examples together. Ali often gets up early. I get up early every day. Mona always gets up early. The boys usually get up early. Sometimes the cat gets up early. Look with me to these examples. In all the examples, we use often, every, always, usually, and sometimes. These words are the key words for present simple. If you see any one of these keywords, you have to put the verb in the present simple. Let's learn together how to form a sentence in present simple. The present simple sentence should start with subject, followed by verb, followed by object. For example, I drive my car to the office every day. I is the subject, drive is the verb, my car is the object. Another example, Salim drinks milk at breakfast. Salim is the subject, drinks is the verb, milk is the object. If the subject is I, they, we, you, the verb should come in the infinitive form. Read with me. They study English every day. Study is the infinitive form. Another example, he walks to school daily. Walks is the verb, and here we add s to the verb because the subject is he. Let's study more examples together. We play football regularly. We is the subject, play is the verb, and football is the object. Another example, I drive to Bahrain every summer. I is the subject, drive is the verb. The third example, she writes stories during the holiday. She is the subject and writes is the verb. Notice here that we add s to the end of the verb. And the last example, it rains in the winter. It, the subject, rains, the verb, with the s at the end. As we said in the present simple, if the subject is he, she, it, we add s to the end of the verb. Work, it will be works. Eat will be eats. Play will be plays. And swim will be swims. But there are some different cases. The verbs ending with consonant plus y, like study, cry, try, and fly. You will replace the y with ies. It will be studies, cries, tries, and flies. Another case, if the verbs end with o, x, ch, sh, ss, like go, wash, mix, and kiss. It will be goes, we will add es, washes, we will add es, mix, we will add es also, and the last one, kisses, we will add es. What about the negative? If you want to form a negative sentence in the present simple, you have to start with subject and you have to put don't or doesn't before the verb, then the object. If the subject is I, they, we, you have to put don't before the infinitive form of the verb. For example, I don't work on Friday. But if the subject is he, she, it, you will put doesn't before the infinitive form. For example, Ali doesn't live in London. After we learn how to make a sentence in present simple and negative, let's see how we can make a question for present simple. If you want to make a question, you have to start with the question word, followed by do or does, followed by subject, then the verb. If the subject is I, they, we, you have to put do before the subject. For example, where do you live? I live in Kuwait. But if the subject is he, she, it, you will add does before the subject. What does Sarah eat for dinner? Sarah eats egg with cheese for dinner. That was all about present simple, and as we said, it is used for actions that happen regularly, for habits or facts. And as we learned, if the subject is I, they, you, we, you will put infinitive form of the verb and don't for the negative and do for the question. If we have he, she, it as a subject, you will add infinitive plus s, doesn't for the negative, does for the question. Let's apply together what we have learned. I have a question for you. Concentrate on the subject and how you can correct the verb. Correct the verb between brackets. Number 1, John always drink tea in the morning. Concentrate, where is the subject, what you will do for the verb. Good job. John always drinks tea in the morning. Here we add s to the verb. Number 2, what do she like to read? Concentrate with me. What is the subject here? And how you will correct the verb do. She is the subject and like is the verb. What do we need to make a question? Excellent, we need a helping verb. So, do is the helping verb, the subject, and the answer should be what does she like to read? We put does because the subject is she. Number 3, Ali always finish his homework early. Again, you have to check what is the subject and how you will correct the verb according to the subject. Excellent. Ali is the subject and always is the key word for present simple. What you will do for the verb finish. Good job. Ali always finishes his homework early. We add es at the end of the verb. Another exercise for you. Write the affirmative or negative form of the verbs between brackets. Number 1, we not walk to school. Number 2, Jassim not live in Salwa. My dad drive a red car. Hamad teach maths. Number 5, the children play football every Saturday. And the last one, Huda not study German at school. If you will find not before the verb between brackets, it means you will put the negative form of the verb. Let's do this exercise together. Number 1, we don't walk to school. Here we use don't because the subject is we. Number 2, Jassim doesn't live in Salwa. We use doesn't because it is the negative and the subject is Jassim. My dad drives a red car. Here we add s to the verb. Number 4, Hamad teaches math. We add es to the verb. 5, the children play football every Saturday. And the subject is children, so I will not add anything to the verb. Let's move to number 6. Huda not study German at school. Who can think of this? You will put the negative form. Yes, good job. Huda doesn't study German at school. And here we put doesn't because the subject is Huda. Open with me your workbook, page 15, exercise 2. You have a nice exercise about present simple. Do as shown between brackets. Ahmed wakes up at 5 o'clock. You will ask a question. My cousins live in a village. Also, you will ask a question. Nawal likes action movies. You will make negative. And the last one, we go to school on Fridays. You will make negative also. Think of each one and concentrate for the underlined word. Number 1, Ahmed wakes up at 5 o'clock. You will ask question. What do you think? What you will ask about? Here you need to ask about the time, 5 o'clock. Concentrate on the subject and what helping verb do you need to put before the subject. Think of it. Excellent. What time does Ahmed wake up? Here we use the helping verb does because the subject is Ahmed. Let's move to number 2. My cousins live in a village. You will ask a question. About what? You will ask about the place here. What we will say here? Good job. Where do your cousins live? We use a helping verb do because the subject is my cousins. Who can do number 3 with me? Nawal likes action movie. Make it negative. What do you think here? Excellent. Nawal doesn't like action movies. We use doesn't because the subject is Nawal. And the last one, we go to school on Fridays. Also here we need to make it negative. Concentrate, what is the subject and how we can make the verb into negative. Good job. We don't go to school on Fridays. The second part in Unit 2 grammar is can and cannot. We use can to talk about things we are able to do. For example, I can speak English. Nora can swim. And we use cannot to talk about things we are not able to do. For example, camels can't fly. He can't eat a heavy meal before sleeping. Can or cannot doesn't change with the subject. Whatever the subject you have in the sentence, it will be followed by can or cannot and the infinitive form of the verb. If you have I or they or we or you or he, she, it, all of them should be followed by can or cannot. For example, I can play the guitar. Another example, she can't ride a bike. What about questions? How we can form a question using can? If you want to ask a question using can, you will start with can, followed by subject, followed by the verb. For example, can you open the window? Here we started with can, followed by the subject, you, and the verb open. The answer should be no, it is raining outside. Another question, can Sarah speak French? Here we started with can, then Sarah is the subject and speak is the verb. Let's apply this and the exercises. Do as shown between brackets. No, birds can't swim. Ask a question. Concentrate and remember that you have to start with can, followed by the subject and the verb. How you will answer it? Good job. Can birds swim? Don't forget to put the question mark at the end. Number 2, snakes can jump. Make negative. What do you think? How you will change it into negative? Excellent. Snakes can't jump. We just put can't before the verb. Let's have more exercise from your student book. Open your student book, page 12, exercise 5. We have some sentences about animal activities. You will decide what to put, can or cannot. Number 1, grade parrots say 800 words. Camels drink 130 liters of water. Ants sleep. Tigers communicate with their ears. Whales sing for 20 minutes. Bats walk. And the last one, snakes close their ears. Read again the sentences and decide which animal can and which one cannot. The first one, who can do it? Yes, good job. Grey parrots can say 800 words. Number 2, camels can drink 130 liters of water. Let's move to number 3. Ants cannot sleep. What about number 4? What do you think? Tigers can or cannot communicate with their ears? Yes, excellent. Tigers can communicate with their ears. Number 5. Whales can sing for 20 minutes. Let's move to number 6. What about bats? What do you think? Good job. Bats can't walk. And the last one, about snakes. What do you think? Can they close their ears or no? Good job. Snakes can't close their ears. And now it's practice time. Open your workbook, page 18, exercise 7. You have exercise about conjunction. Conjunctions are used to join sentences. Read it carefully and decide which word you will choose. And at the end, it's your turn to do it by yourself. In your workbook, page 16, you can do exercise 3 and 4. At the end of this episode, you have learned that the present simple is used for habits and facts. Don't or doesn't used for the negative form in the present simple. Can or cannot used to express our ability or disability for things. Can and cannot don't change with the subject. That was all in this episode. Thank you for watching and good luck.